My thought for the day is appreciation and the attitude of gratitude. A woman that I know came to me and told me this story. She'd gone to the doctors when she was 8 months pregnant, and the doctor was very callous, very hard. He looked at her and he said, "Your baby's dead. It's going to be stillborn." And the mother said, "I don't believe you. I believe I'm having a boy and I believe he's alive." Well, she proved the doctors wrong because she gave birth to a baby boy. And yet, there were complications right from the beginning. He was born feet first with the umbilical cord wrapped around his neck. She was told he would not live through the night. So she lay beside him and she said, "You can do whatever is in your heart, whatever is in your mind." And the boy proved the doctors wrong because he lived. And yet I said there were complications. He was born with a deformity in his hips, which meant he would never ever walk. He shuffled around on his bottom, whilst other kids would crawl, toddle, walk and run. Well, one evening, the mother was on the doorstep talking to a neighbour when she felt her elder son, who had full manoeuvrability of his limbs, brush past her and run up the pavement to meet his dad, who came home at the same time every evening. Yet, out of the corner of her eye, she noticed that her husband was crying. And when she looked, she saw it wasn't her eldest son who'd run up the road. It was her youngest. The little boy, who they said would never ever walk, got up and he ran. And the father wept. And the mother wept. Now I know this is a true story because the beautiful lady that shared that story with me is my mother. And the little boy that they said would never ever walk, well, you're looking right at him. I am so grateful that I've got legs. Legs that have allowed me to wander around the planet to many different countries. Legs that have allowed me to kick a football around with my kids when they were growing up. So often in life, we look at what we don't have. I mean, finish this sentence off for me. The grass is always greener. I wonder how many of you thought or said on the other side. The grass is always greener when we water it. Voltaire said, "Cultivate your own garden." He wasn't talking about growing tomato plants. He was talking about our inner garden. In these challenging times of lockdown, it's very easy for people to start looking at what they don't have. And one way to shift ourselves out of this is to focus on what we do have. I have my eyes to see, my ears to hear, my voice to speak, my body to dance. And when I dance, it lifts my spirits. I was talking to a friend of mine a few years ago. She's a psychotherapist. And she said, "I have no idea what to do with one of the people I'm working with. She's in so much pain. She's in agony. And I don't know how to help her." And I said, "Have her dance." And my friend said to me, "Andrew, she's in too much pain to dance." And I said to my friend, "Look, I'm dancing." This revelation, when taken to the person, opened everything up, for they had a session whereby they danced. Such a small movement created a huge movement. You see, life is about us accessing our inner freedom even if the constraints outside of us have put us in a place where we're not able to do the things we used to. So take some time today and reflect on the gifts that you have in your life. That deep sense of gratitude and appreciation, and celebrate your dance in the world in great gratitude.